And welcome to another episode of Plug Talk. I'm here joined by my beautiful wife, Lena the Plug.
Hi, guys.
And today we're having a sit down with a young lady who, in my own estimation, is quite beautiful and seems like a really cool person. So we're going to have a conversation today. Molly Little is on the couch with us. How you doing?
I'm doing good, yes.
Very nice to have you here. How's it going?
She stands out a lot.
I do.
Her name was like on a list. Like a list of names was presented to me of like, do you want these girls on Plug Talk? And I like looked through all of them one by one as I usually do. But then I saw her at a party, and I was easily able to be like, that's the girl from the list. She's really cute. Versus like a lot of people's faces and names sometimes will blend together when you're just looking at like a list of 100 girls. So I also
Interesting.
think she is beautiful
Hold on
and
to
stands
that,
out.
that innocent look. You still kind of like don't look like you do porn at all,
Yeah,
which is very, very
that is
crucial.
my secret weapon.
Is it?
Yes, that's why I'm getting a tattoo removed because of that.
I was thinking that when I saw that tattoo and I saw that it was faded, and I was thinking like, oh, she's trying to be like super normal.
Yes.
Have so many people in the industry just told you like, don't get any surgery?
Yeah, no, oh my gosh, especially with moving to LA, I see everybody get their like faces done and like they just have work on their bodies and it always looks so beautiful. And I just have to keep telling myself like, wait, 10 years, just wait a little bit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say don't do any. I'm like getting surgery this week, and I like almost wish I never started getting my boobs done because there's a lot of fucked up shit with your boobs that happens when you get surgery.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't get any surgery.
Yeah, this will be actually the last Plug Talk episode with Lena's boobs as they are now.
As fucked up as
Wow.
they are, so enjoy them.
The next time you guys see her have sex on this couch will be at least 6 weeks in the future.
2 months from now, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
It's crazy.
So
So, Molly, tell us where you're from.
Originally I'm from DC.
Okay.
Yeah, very political area.
Was it?
Yes, Washington DC.
I know, but I always like hear from people who are from like the streets of DC, and they're like, y'all think that we like, everything's politics out here. Like our fucking lives don't have anything to do with that shit. But you saying that makes me feel like, oh, your life like overlapped with that a bit.
A little bit, yes, it did. I actually grew up in like a suburb outside of DC in Virginia. Yeah, I guess a lot of my friends' parents growing up were like lawyers or they were in politics. And yeah, when I was 18, I actually ended up dating someone in politics. And he was very interesting, not like you'd expect.
Am I to assume this was a much older man?
Yeah, oh yeah.
When I think politics, I think.
How old was he?
Gosh, he was almost 40, almost 40 years old.
And how'd you meet him?
yeah.
I met him at the strip club.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I was 18 working at a strip club and there's this thing where you can like instead of buying for like a private dance, you can kind of buy out a stripper's time
Uh-huh.
and take them outside of the club. And so we went and he took me out on like a very nice date. And he was like, basically, you're very beautiful. I want to see you outside the club. And I was like, okay. My favorite restaurant is Nobu.
They have that in DC too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me
Yeah.
I can go into a strip club and just be like, I like that one, and then just cash out the strip club. They give you a percentage of the money, and then you're just mine for the night.
Yeah.
I feel like if the strip club is invested in trying to not seem like they are basically participating in, they should not do this. Like,
most
that sounds so shady.
Most strip clubs don't do that, right? Because I've never heard anyone.
I've never
say
heard of that
that
before.
It was the only strip club I worked at that operated in that way. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I would think that DC would be this like heavily regulated place.
Yeah, are the guys going in there with like masks on and stuff? Because there's certain people who probably don't want to be seen walking into a strip club in DC, especially someone who works in politics. Like,
Well,
seems kind of sketch.
no. Yeah. No masks, no nothing. They just kind of. It's almost like a don't ask, don't tell, Like,
Okay.
I was too young for the time, but like Hunter Biden, like he was caught in one of the.
Wait,
strip clubs in
at this strip
DC.
club?
No, not at
No,
this strip club,
okay.
but I worked at the strip club.
But you saw him there?
No, it was
Oh.
before. I was too young.
Oh, okay.
But
he
it
was-
was before.
Okay.
But he
like-
used to go in there a bunch.
Yeah, they just do that stuff. Like, it's just,
Wow, that's interesting. Because when I go to the strip club, it's like everybody got their phone out and shit. It's like the least secure environment ever.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, okay, if there's like 12 girls working at the strip club that night, and then what, 12 guys just come in and buy out their time, and then the club doesn't have any strippers left? Like, does that ever happen?
No, I don't. I think it's like too expensive. Most people don't
Okay.
want to.
How much is it?
I don't remember. I think it was
Okay.
maybe like 300 an hour.
Okay.
It's not,
Okay.
not crazy, but like reasonable. For the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what was going through your head when you started stripping at 18? Was this a big decision, or you always knew that you had this in you?
Um, it was so I was a door girl at first to kind of like dip my toes in the water because I was nervous to get on stage,
Yeah.
and I was doing like pole dancing classes, and I enjoyed like the sexuality of that. So finally, somebody kind of paid me to just get on stage, and it was like the most money I'd ever made in 2 minutes span of time. So I was like, oh my God. And
And you were wearing like regular clothes and then you just went on the stage.
yeah, just regular clothes. I think he bought me like put me up on stage for like $800, and I went home and I like played that Kanye West song. It's like, wait till I get my money right.
So you felt like a true hustler
Yeah,
all of a
I
sudden
was-
for the first time?
Yeah, I was very happy.
Had you
That's it.
thought about it before that? Like
Yeah.
you were like prepping for it with these classes
Yeah.
and you're just waiting for your debut and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was prepping for it. I was also in community college at the time, so I was kind of like deciding what I wanted to do, and yeah, that $800 just kind of full force. I was like, this is what I'm doing. Yeah.
Wow. It's kind of hard to not want to keep doing it, right? Like all of a sudden.
It was honestly, it was very like superficial thing, but I think it was for the best.
I mean, girls in the strip club are exactly like girls on OnlyFans, where I remember when you started on OnlyFans, you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna like maybe touch my pussy a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're like, can I suck your dick on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I've seen that happen to a million girls in the strip club. The same thing. You're a waitress, you're a bartender,
But
whatever.
it's supply and demand. You know, this guy walked up to her and he was like, I got $800 for you. So it's like,
Exactly.
you're already there. You're in the fucking strip club.
Yeah, once you've already decided that your time is worth X amount of dollars per hour, and then somebody comes up to you and offers you 5 times that or 10 times that, it's over.
hmm
Unless you have this like real extreme moral obligation to not doing that thing, and most people, their morality is kind of in flux.
Listen,
Was there tension in the club? Sorry for the
No,
door
no
girl got
worries.
on the stage.
So yeah, there was a little tension in the club. But I think the tension went away as soon as I switched from being like a door girl to the stripper immediately.
Okay.
Because then I wasn't taking anyone's job. I was part of it.
Okay.
Got it. Do you have a boyfriend during this part of your life or no?
I did actually.
And he was encouraging of this?
No,
Really?
not at all. He was not encouraging. He came from a very, I don't know if he's Christian or Catholic, but like his parents were the type of people that believe the earth is 600 years old and dinosaurs never existed,
Oh.
and that
Okay.
like
The
just
hardcore Catholic or something?
hardcore religious, and we broke up over it.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, he
Why?
told me. Well, he told me over the phone that no man would ever.
Oh, over the
Want
stripping
me?
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What were you talking about?
Well, I thought you meant over evolution, but
Oh.
I'm like, wow, that's extreme.
Yeah.
But he thought your value was basically nothing after stripping.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just be single. Bye.
Right. I mean, if he's not worthy enough to make you stop, then I guess.
But then you found a boyfriend at the strip club.
Exactly.
Okay. And how did you meet this guy? He was just a guy paying, or
The guy who bought her time.
oh, it was that guy.
politics
Yes.
guy.
Oh, the 40-year-old guy. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. And so, how long did that last?
About a year.
Really?
Yeah.
And he didn't care that you kept stripping, or did you stop?
He was encouraging of it. Yeah.
Okay.
What
Encouraged me to do
What are your
porn, too.
observations about spending time with a guy who's that much older than you? I imagine it's got to be a lot of weird differences, right?
Yes. A lot of weird differences. I did not think that our humors matched up, which was a big deal because
Yeah.
I love to be funny. I love to just like make fun of things and be sarcastic and silly. And he was very like work all the time, studious, and
Yeah.
just a lot of little awkward tiffs. But I also thought it was funny because I don't know, when you talk to an old person and you just say something really out of pocket, it's funny to watch their reaction.
Yeah, I was thinking like there's so much TikTok lingo that I don't
Oh
understand.
my god, right?
Can you imagine? She's 18, he's 40. Like you're probably explaining so many memes to him.
I the first time that I at maybe like 30, 31, 32 went on a date with a girl that was like 22, and I just realized like she hasn't seen any of the TV shows I grew up on. Like all the rappers that were important to me as a kid are like ancient old men that she has maybe heard of, and I'm like, oh fuck, like this is a very significant difference.
Yeah.
That's why I forced her to watch The Office and Seinfeld and whatnot.
Oh, you didn't watch
Those
that
are
on your
all
own?
during my era as well. I just didn't watch Seinfeld.
Well, yeah, because her
And-
thing is not just the age thing; it's the fact that she's Armenian as fuck, and she
Oh.
grew up in a world where they don't really participate in white people's shit.
I
Not-
understand. I understand.
He's
They look
making-
down on us.
He's
Yes.
making it all up.
Us, thank you. That was dope. But anyway, okay. So why did that end? It was just wasn't really working out.
Yeah, it ended I think because I moved for one, and I also was kind of forming a relationship with another person. That's my current boyfriend. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. And was this somebody who was more close to the sex worker thing, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, closer to sex work and just we had more common in general.
Interesting.
So how do you go from the strip club to right now here, the couch?
Well, honestly, I was doing both for a little bit. I would strip and then go do my pro scenes. But it stopped because the strip club yelled at me for asking for a tip. So I just
Wait,
stopped.
what?
Isn't that like the entirety of what stripping is? It's
Yes.
kind of like asking for tips without necessarily like saying it, but basically that's the entirety of the business.
Yeah. So I just decided to leave. It wasn't worth my time.
Did they yell at you in front of someone?
What was the context? A tip for what?
So I did a dance, and the man paid the club for the dance, and he did not pay me at all. So he told me that he was gonna go get money for me, and so I was like, okay. So I left him alone, and then like an hour later, he's still at the club. So I was like, hey, do you have that tip for me? And he was like, no. And he told management that I asked him for a tip, and management told me that can't ask for a tip. So I said, okay, goodbye, and I left, and I never went back. I just went full force on my OnlyFans.
That's got to be the most tame reason that anyone has ever been fired from a strip club. 'Cause
Well,
there's
she
so
left,
much
but
bullshit
yeah.
that you. Oh yeah, I guess you didn't get
Yeah.
fired.
But that's
but-
annoying. And as someone who cammed a lot, and like the whole point is that you're supposed to get tips, but people are fucking making these annoying requests from you, and they're trying not to tip you. That would trigger me. Like that would fucking trigger me.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because you already did the job. You did the dance.
and the club gets their money.
And they don't pay you out?
No.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Interesting. So, okay, then you start going hard with OnlyFans. At that time, are you just shooting with your boyfriend?
Yeah, actually, I was shooting with him, and like he wasn't my boyfriend at the time. He was just like a friend, and I had actually like broken my finger, so it was really funny because we would like film with like a broken,
Like a cast.
like a cast, yeah, a broken finger and broken cast, and it was just cute. And I think honestly, the videos sold more. I guess people have like a broken arm fetish sometimes. So.
Maybe it just felt real.
Yeah, it makes you like more humanized. Like
You think so?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's my guess at what people
Yeah.
might find attractive about it. But I do feel like if I was scrolling through Pornhub and I saw a girl with a cast on her arm, I would probably be like, no, and just keep scrolling. But that's just me.
Yeah, there's so many interesting things I see that people love. So
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah.
Okay, and
Cast
so
porn. You should put a fake one on. Try again.
Yeah.
we could all do it. Like get the makeup artist to come give me a black eye, or you could give me a real one. But okay, so you're shooting with this one guy. How do you start like really kind of blowing up, and then how do you start shooting real porn?
After I left the strip club, I just went online. I decided to apply for agencies, and I heard back from like 3 agencies, and I just kind of interviewed them, picked the one I liked, and I'm still with that agency. And yeah, honestly, everything just kind of led from there. I got a contract, like really early on in my career with a company called Nubiles,
Uh-huh.
and that went on for like 10 months. So I think that really like sped up everything in terms of like getting exposure and everything like that.
What's that kind of contract like though? How many times are you required to shoot per month or whatever?
I think it was around 10 scenes a month.
Oh,
That's a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So you must have been learning so much so fast because in the beginning it's like girls are flying in from out of town. Maybe they're doing like a couple scenes, go back, but 10's a lot.
Yeah, 10 was a lot. And actually, they would have me stay for like a 2-ish week period
Okay.
at their shoot house. So, like, it was just like go, go, go every single day.
you shoot like one scene a day.
Yeah, we would shoot 1 scene a day. It would really take all day because it's high production.
It was always boy girl.
No, sometimes it was boy girl, like orgies, threesomes, girls, all that. I actually did a scene, like my first girl ever for them, and that got nominated for an award. So I was
Oh,
really
wow.
happy about that.
But
That's
it's
awesome.
all for the same site, or do they
Yeah.
have like other sites under the same umbrella that you're shooting different stuff for?
Yeah, they have a bunch of different sites, kind of under the same name. So like they have like Bratty Sis or like Sis Loves Me. They do a lot of like the taboo stuff, where
Okay.
I'm, it's like stepsister.
That's really interesting. Because if I
Yes.
had 20 scenes of you, I don't know what I would do with it. I don't know like how you monetize 20 scenes, but I
It's
guess
like
if you have a bunch of different,
oversaturation, yeah.
yeah, that makes
But I
sense.
think companies also they hold on to scenes for a while, right? Like not all of your scenes came out right away, right? They'll like come out later.
I think most of them are
Oh,
out.
I've heard of
yeah.
companies holding on to scenes for like months before they come out. So
I had
that's
somebody
all.
tell me the other day that they shot a scene that 4 years ago and it's still not out. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, that sounds like it's not coming out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's insane.
that is ridiculous. Like these people are gonna like leave the industry, die. Like something's gonna happen at some point that's gonna make it kind of awkward to still have the scene, right? Or maybe they think of it like, if I had an unreleased song from
They're
a
in the
rapper who
limelight.
passed away, that would be valuable, I guess. Like it would
Yeah.
get more valuable as time went by. I don't know.
It's interesting the way that companies strategize when to release videos of certain models. Yeah.
So what was your first time shooting real porn like though? Was there any kind of like learning curve? Was it
Oh.
intimidating?
Gosh, my first video, I think the biggest thing that I remember is like my pussy was just like dripping wet. Like, I don't know if I was like ultra excited or what, but like it was like dripping to the floor. Like you can see it in the video. It's crazy. But yeah, that was what I remember my first.
You think you were
experience.
just
Wow.
that turned on?
Maybe, yeah. I'm very much like an exhibitionist, so I love to like sexually perform for people and have people watch me just be myself in that light. So I think that was my first kind of like big time experience other than the strip club doing that, and that really turned me on.
So the fact that there is a cameraman and that he is going to be waving his camera around up to and including your butthole and vagina, that's like kind of makes you more turned on?
I love it. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
So you're like requesting extra people on set. I would like a crew of 10
Yeah,
people.
let's just get an audience in here to clap every time I come.
But
Yeah.
when Lamar Odom said that he wanted to sit over there and watch us film a scene, I was just like, I don't think that's going to help me at all. I
You
think,
said that?
yeah, and I was just thinking like, I think I would have a significantly harder time performing if like a dude I know was sitting right over there, possibly being turned on by
But I
it.
could see that being so much more fun for us because we're like fucking with you, and then we're just staring at him like, is he into this? You know, that'll be like funny to
Yeah.
see.
It'd be interesting, I guess. But yeah, I mean, but then on the other hand, if there was some random hot girl sitting in the corner, I'm all of a sudden way more into it.
Yeah, but you'd be trying to be like, hey, come join us.
Yeah, I know. I'll be thinking like, damn, does my butt look weird from the angle? I'll be thinking about her. I'll be thinking about her angle and not the camera's angle. That's fucked up.
She told me that her first collab ever was Dread.
Well, not ever, but one of the very first.
Okay, and
ones,
then her
yes.
mom drove her to his house.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. So she didn't come up?
No, she didn't meet him.
Did she
Okay.
know what he was packing when she took you to his house?
Oh yes, no, she called me after. She saw the Twitter post and she was like, "Oh my god, I just wanted to call you and make sure you were okay. Like, you look so crazy with that thing wrapped around your neck like a snake. Oh my god."
Wait, do girls really do that? Right? Because you can wrap it around your whole neck, probably, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
What? Was shooting that scene different than the average scene?
It was different just because we filmed it with like a cameraman, and sometimes when I film content, there's not always a camera guy filming it. But other than that, like minus the huge penis, it was pretty normal. Yeah, it was great.
And it was a vaginal scene, correct?
It was a vaginal scene, yes.
How's your butthole doing?
That's pretty taut.
You haven't wait, taut? What the fuck does that mean? I don't know.
Tight.
Tight. Okay, so you haven't gotten into that side of the game yet?
No.
Really?
Yes.
You ever had a finger in there?
Mhm.
What about a couple fingers?
Yeah.
But you're holding off on the anal thing.
Yeah.
She's
It's
only-
coming at some point.
Yeah.
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 How long
Done.
do you think that it might take before you actually do that on camera?
I don't know. Just
He's
whenever
eagerly awaiting
whenever I feel
your
like
debut.
it. Yeah.
I'm just interested.
I was in the bathroom with a couple of girls the other day, and they were talking about Dread and Girthmaster, and they were talking about how they would so much rather take them in the ass than the vagina.
I've
Yeah.
heard people say
And
that.
Whenever girls say that, I'm like, what the fuck is this game?
Yeah, I don't agree with that though. I feel like, oh, just my ass could not handle that.
Okay, but
Everyone's body's
let's
just
be
built
honest.
different.
This game is full of chicks who have like superhuman level buttholes. Like they just genetically have the kind of buttholes. I've been in this game for a long time in terms of like women, not porn, but like there are girls who can't do anal or can just barely do anal, and there's girls where it's like not that big a deal.
Yeah.
And the girls where it's not a big deal, those are the ones who I think are okay with.
Their
taking that
argument
kind
was
of
that vaginas are so sensitive with your butthole. Like I don't think your butthole gets as sore as like the vagina. So
Well, especially if you've been having your butthole marauded by legions of men for all these years. Yeah. Once you've worn it out to that point, yeah.
beautiful language.
No, but I mean, a butthole like that has had a ton of anal definitely has a little bit of a different look to it.
I don't know, maybe a different look, but I think it definitely like stretches easier. Because I know
Yeah.
like vaginas, they pretty much stay tight. Like you can have a kid and your vagina can go back to being tight, but
Yeah.
like buttholes, I feel like
They're not
they're a
meant
little
to stretch
stretchy, yeah.
that much.
Definitely when I have sex with a girl who's done heroic amounts of anal, I can kind of like look down at it and be like, you're a soldier. For sure. What are you? Well, I don't even want to say what are you turned on by first because I want to talk about the hobbies thing because I know you guys are both into gardening.
Oh, that's
I'm
lovely.
a new gardener.
She's
Okay.
brand new to gardening.
Cool, I can give you some tips. Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
Do you have a garden currently, or is this a thing of the past?
It's like an indoor garden.
Really?
Yes.
In your house?
Well, I mean, it's an apartment, so I do what I can.
What are you growing?
But well, I have strawberries. I have peppers, basil.
All in your house? What did they like by the window?
Yeah, yeah. So those
Okay.
grow outside on the balcony, and
Okay,
then
okay,
I have
okay.
other stuff that grows inside. But yeah, I have like a big aloe plant, a monstera, snake plant. I have various varieties of orchids.
Oh, I can never keep a freaking orchid alive.
Yeah.
I have zucchinis growing, and
Oh.
everyone keeps telling me that when they get big enough, I have to use them on myself, which I think is so fucked up.
I was
Just
thinking about
use
asking
my
that.
garden. Just enjoy my garden.
I
Let
was
me
thinking
enjoy
about
it.
asking that, and then I was like, I'm not. gonna
Don't be
ask
that
Yeah.
motherfucking guy in my comments like, oh, what are you gonna do with that zucchini? You should put it in your vagina.
Yeah, because that's just like the lamest thing people always say when they see me with a kendama. They're like, "You ever put the kendama in a girl's pussy?" And I'm like, "Okay, what are we doing here?"
We're not running around looking for different types of items that we could fit into our vagina.
No, yeah, that's unnecessary. What other hobbies do you have?
I do pottery, like on the little pottery wheel.
Take
you
me
know?
on a pottery date.
Yeah, you should take her.
I've never done
yeah.
pottery.
Never
ever.
did pottery.
Oh my
Never.
gosh.
I'm a podcaster. That's the only pottery I do.
Pottery is really fun. It's also, I think, for guys too. Like, it's really sexy to watch them like work with their hands because you see the veins and everything. So
Okay, I did
It's
pottery
good.
in high school. Now I'm remembering it. Yeah,
Take me.
I made like a mug one time, I think. But okay, what? So pottery, gardening,
pottery, gardening,
and sex.
sex, yes. And I also just got a kitten, so she takes up most of my time. She's like 6 weeks old.
Oh, so you're in the
Little,
intense
little
part of it.
one.
Yeah,
Adam
yeah.
loves cats. We got
Yeah.
2 kittens maybe a year and a half ago, and
She
I was
exterminated them.
no, we got them adopted
Oh.
because I was allergic to them, but they were like so little when we got them, and I missed them. But
Mm.
kids are the best.
Very sweet. Yeah.
Definitely. How much sex do you have in your actual life, though, at this point? You're still with this guy. So
Yes.
is it hard to balance that in the porn thing, or is it?
A little bit. It's not hard to balance, but I definitely reserve sex priorities for professional shoots. But I think that's okay because he does professional shoots too.
Mm.
And
Wait, priorities? Meaning he knows that your priority is your scene during
Yeah.
the day. And so you guys kind of have to take your sex life and put it on the back burner?
Yeah, well, our sex life, it usually happens on camera.
Mm.
And then if everything's doing well down there, then we do it off camera
Okay.
as much as we can.
That's a hard balance. It's like you want to have sex, but then you always have to pull out the camera. But then if you don't pull out the camera, you feel like you're wasting money because it's an opportunity to make some.
Exactly. It's like if we're showering together, we might as well film it or do a live
Oh.
video. So, yeah, most of our sex is like filmed. It's pretty great.
Interesting. Okay, sexually, what are you into?
A lot of stuff. I have like different sides to me sexually, you know, so it just all depends. Like sometimes I really love the sensual sex, you know, with like lots of kissing and just touching, like nice sensual talk. And then other times I love just like hard, fucking rough, a little bit mean sex. Yeah.
Mean sex. I like
Mean
that.
sex, yes.
Hmm.
But like consensually mean, you know,
Yeah.
not necessarily mean in a way that's gonna hurt my feelings, but
Yeah, what if a guy calls you dumb during it?
like you dumb bitch.
That's too much?
That's not hot at all.
I think I might cry.
Yeah.
Hey, dummy. No, because we shot a plug talk scene one time that like we weren't on camera for, and for sure the guy was like, "Yeah, bitch," like he was like calling her bitch a bunch of times, and I'm like, "Oh shit, you can do that? I never would have ever thought of
It was
that."
very off-putting for me. In the other room, I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
But I feel like that's like a style. Like some people like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it just all depends on the chemistry of the person too, you know? You can be with one person and want a rough fucking from them and be with another person and only want the sensual stuff.
I would have to
Yeah.
practice by myself in my room before I felt comfortable screaming bitch at a girl during the sex part. Like I would have to really like look in the mirror, hey bitch, like really like get used to it, because I feel like if I just did it, it would come out awkward.
But you have to have a boner while you're doing this in the mirror and see what happens to your dick when you do it. Because I feel like it would take me out of it.
I honestly don't even know that like talking during sex is necessary or required. Like I feel like when
Yeah.
you're filming porn that you don't have to be talking, right? Like does the guy have to talk?
No, the guy doesn't. I've noticed that when the guy like moans too much, that the fans don't like it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they want
kind
to
of
hear
weird.
the girls
They always
moan.
pick on the moans I see in comments, but I feel like if the guy's not responding, then that's also weird for the girl because it's like this like feedback loop that you're like, I'm showing you that I like it by moaning. You need to sort of give me something back, you know?
But
Yeah.
I just feel like as the guy potentially jerking off to the scene, I just really don't feel like the world needs to hear me saying like, oh, that pussy feels so good. Now, I will occasionally say something like that, but I also don't really consider it like an important part of the porn. Honestly, you guys can let us know in the comments. Like, should the guy be communicating how turned on he is?
I feel like it's almost like a narration of what's going on, so the viewer can kind of be there with the guy, almost.
Like you're like, that ass is so fat, and the viewer is like, that is a fat ass. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Like he might not notice on his own. Okay, I like it. All right. So, what do you have coming up? Are you just like on the grind right now, trying to establish yourself, or where do you see yourself in the game?
Right now, I am just kind of like steadily working. I'm doing pro shoots as much as I can, and then I'm really just like hammering it on my OnlyFans. That's what I'm prioritizing. Yeah, my goal for my OnlyFans is to be like kind of like this, have a podcast and a video every week. Yeah.
Interesting, for sure. Molly Little,
Yes, that is my name.
you down to get it in?
What'd you say?
Would you like to have sex with us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.